Okay, I'm going to go through the day 2 notes. What you should do is what we would normally do in class. So you should pause the video in between each problem and try to do the identities on your own first. That way, if you get them, you can just fast forward. You don't even have to watch me do them. But after you've tried it, then you can watch the video if you were unable to get it, and you can maybe see what you were doing wrong. Remember again that you could work on either side of the identity. I'm going to just work through one side of them, but again, if you want to see the other side, just let me know and I can show you that as well. So for the first one, I have cosecant squared theta over cotangent theta. So I'm going to take that cotangent and I'm going to move that to the numerator as a tangent. And now, since I am looking for cosecant and secant, which both of those are related to sine and cosine, I will put these into sines and cosines. So cosecant squared theta is 1 over sine squared theta. Tangent is sine over cosine. Okay. So I have a sine squared, so I'm left with, when I multiply, 1 over sine theta cosine theta, which would become 1 over sine theta is cosecant theta, and 1 over cosine is secant theta. So we've proved that identity. Okay, that one you should have been able to do. Again, you may have done it a different method, but you should have been able to get to that answer based on everything that we've already done. So you're going to want to pause it now and try number 2 on your own. Number 2 was a bit more complicated. I'm going to work on the left side for this one and see what I can get. So I am looking for cosine theta times cosecant squared theta minus 1. When I look at this, I know that cosecant squared theta minus 1, that is cotangent squared theta. So I really need to get this to say cosine theta times cotangent squared theta. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Okay. If I look on the left side, I have cotangent cubed theta. Well, if I had a cotangent squared, I could make it into cosecant squared minus 1. So I'm going to change this cotangent cubed to cotangent squared theta times cotangent theta. Okay. Now, cosecant in the denominator, I can bring that up as sine theta in the numerator. Now, cotangent squared, I knew that I already wanted that, so I'm just going to rewrite that as cosecant squared theta minus 1 because I already have part of what I needed on the right side. Now, cotangent theta is cosine over sine times sine theta. We can divide out the sine thetas, and just by rearranging these terms, we have cosine theta times cosecant squared minus 1, which is what we were looking for. Okay. For problem number 3, again, I'm going to work on the left-hand side. I see that I want to get cosecants and sines, so that's what I have to make these into. So the first thing I'm going to do is move this cosecant to the numerator because I don't really want fractions over here. So let's try to move it and see if that helps. So I have cotangent squared times sine. Okay. Now, I don't want a cotangent. I want a cosecant. We know that cotangent and cosecant are related. So we can change the cotangent squared to cosecant squared minus 1 times sine. Okay, now I'm going to distribute this because I know that I need a binomial. So I distribute this and make it into a binomial. So I have cosecant squared times sine minus the sine. Okay, cosecant squared is 1 over sine squared. Sine over sine squared is 1 over sine, which is cosecant. Okay. All right, moving along.